Dow was down 62 and the NASDAQ down 16. And oil was lower, too. It settled at $44 a barrel. Drug maker Depot Med today rejecting Horizon Pharma's newly sweetened $2.4 billion hostile takeover offer, saying it undervalues the company, best known for its migraine treatment, Cambia. And Forbes magazine has again named the Dallas Cowboys the most valuable NFL franchise, worth $4 billion. In second place, the New England Patriots, followed by the Washington Redskins. Tom Busby, CNBC.
If you feel like online dating just won't work for you, try EH+. EH Plus is a new personal matchmaking service by eHarmony, and it far exceeds what regular online dating sites can do. One-on-one attention from a PhD matchmaker, amazing singles, and guaranteed introductions we know are perfect for you. Visit us today at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-940-LOVE.
Walmart can help you stay one step ahead of flu season. Because at Walmart, you can get your flu shot anytime from one of our certified pharmacists. No appointment necessary. And while you're in the store, pick up Lysol disinfecting wipes and Lysol disinfectant spray that actually kill cold and flu viruses and antibiotic-resistant bacteria. These are steps you can take right now at Walmart to help prevent the flu from getting to you.
Some immunizations may not be available in all locations due to state law restrictions on pharmacist-administered immunizations. Age restrictions may apply. Use all products as directed.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Good afternoon. It's a couple of minutes past the hour. I'm Successful Brim with the latest in local news on Kcaa 1050 AM. A pimping suspect who thought he was recruiting an underage girl online to work for him pleaded not guilty Thursday to several felonies. 29-year-old Marie Shante Hicks of Ontario is charged with a felony count of attempted pimping of a minor and pimping, plus 2 felony counts of pandering. In July, Hicks used an unnamed social media website in an attempt to lure a young girl into working as a prostitute. And at the same time, he also made a woman post ads for prostitution online. Officers arrested Hicks on Tuesday outside of a Walmart in Staten, where he thought he was meeting the girl to take her to areas known for prostitution. He faces up to life in state prison. A court appearance is scheduled for September 18th. And motorcycle accidents in Riverside County have claimed 3 lives over the weekend. Sheriff's investigator reported Friday that deaths of 2 motorcyclists. One was ejected from his motorcycle when he crashed into a fence at the intersection of Highwood Street and Greenfield Street. The victim was not wearing a helmet. Earlier, another was fatally ejected when a passenger vehicle pulled from a parking lot on Alessandra Boulevard east of Paris Boulevard, both accidents in Moreno Valley, increasing the total of 3 motorcycle deaths in 3 weeks in Moreno Valley alone. A motorcycle rider died last night in a crash in Wildemore on Monte Vista Road near Baxter Road shortly after 9 p.m. The rider was found unresponsive. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Altogether, 14 have lost their lives throughout the Inland Empire since August 1st. Inland Empire weather, partly cloudy, highs near the mid-80s, lows tonight about 65. Currently, it's 85 degrees in San Bernardino. That's the latest in local news. I'm Successful Brim on Kcaa 1050 AM. This report is brought to you by Big O Tires. Save big during the Big O Tires Customer Appreciation Sale. Get 50,000-mile all-season tires as low as $49.99 each. For participation locations, go to bigotires.com.
Thank you, Successful. Checking out your traffic conditions, there is an accident blocking 2 lanes of the 91 eastbound just before the 15 freeway, and that's right in the middle lanes. Traffic backed up from Weir Canyon Road. Also through the Cajon Pass, stop and go on the 15 southbound between Oak Hill Road and Highway 138, and through Ontario, 15 southbound between the 10 and Harupa Street, a little backed up in that vicinity. North is slow from the 60 to Harupa, and then on the 215 southbound as you make your way through Riverside, it's a little stop and go there as well from the 60 to the 90-91 interchange to Blaine Street. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind. KCAA 1050 AM.
Get ready for Drive Time with the Poorman. Starting now.
Well, I'm the naked cowboy. It's drive time with the poor man. I'm the naked cowboy. Listen to what I say, man. How about that?
I love it, man. People pay big money for songs like that, and that was actually the Naked Cowboy. I interviewed him earlier today. And if you don't know who the Naked Cowboy is, Google him, whatever you need. I mean, he's very, very famous. He's always in Times Square, this guy in underwear with nothing but a guitar. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who follow this show, I'm broadcasting from New York again. Now, it's the craziest story. I'll get into it in a little while, but it looks like I may be here for a couple of weeks. I may be going to court in New York against my landlord. In fact, I definitely am. A week from tomorrow, I will be in a New York courtroom defending myself from eviction. And it's quite an interesting case. And I'm pretty stoked about it. I got treated pretty well. So that's neither here nor there. Drive Time with the Poor Man, my new shift, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Eastern time, where I'm at right now, 7 to 8 o'clock. Di, isn't that great? I get to go on at 7 at night. So my entire day is just so relaxing. I'm up 3 hours earlier than all you guys, and then I don't go on till 7 at night. So pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, and then you come on actually on time. I don't have to wait a minute for you. It's perfect.
Oh, I know. I mean, I was so prepared today. I have things, we visit Camp Kardashian. Literally, from where I live, I was showing Di off the air my apartment. It's the 4th floor. I don't know how much longer I'll have it, but at least for a couple of weeks. But anyway, it's just a great view. And 3 blocks away, by this twist of fate, is Camp Kardashian. Yes, Kim and Kanye actually live 3 blocks away from where I live here in New York. They're in town because it's New York Fashion Week. And so part of the show, I have interviews. There are just people that sit at the entrance to Kim and Kanye's apartment in New York, waiting to see them come out of their car, go across a sidewalk, in the door, and into their apartment. Now, I think I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians normally, but in fact, I don't think I've ever watched a full episode. But anyway, apparently this apartment has been in a lot of episodes, but now they are going in and out of there, and there are paparazzi there. There are all kinds. There are kids. There's older people. I interviewed people from France, and they just stand there for a glimpse of the Kardashians. So we're waiting, by the way, on our first guest, Lisa Haven, who is, again, the new direction of this show, whether you like it or not, is we want to every day have a YouTube guest, because we are now calling ourselves the official radio show of YouTube. And it's right now we're doing conspiracy theorists only because a bunch of people think that an asteroid may be hitting Earth. Yes, I know a lot of you are saying, no way, that's impossible. But there are people that believe an asteroid or meteor could hit Earth September 23rd. So we're going to have conspiracy theory YouTubers up until then. But then we're going to expand it to comedians, to gamers. And the interesting thing about YouTube is this is a phenomenon that a lot of younger people are really into. They get a lot of their entertainment from YouTube. And there are superstars that have bigger followings on YouTube than regular television shows. Like we talked about a week ago with our 13-year-old co-producer, Ashley, who said that Jenna Marbles has 16 million subscribers to her YouTube channel. She's like this 28-year-old girl. So every time a video comes out, it's sent out to 16 million people. And apparently she makes $500,000 a month in income off just being a YouTube superstar. Some of the gamers we're going to be interviewing, they're 18, 19 years old. They drive Maseratis. So for all of us that are sitting around here, whatever job we may be doing, we need to get YouTube channels and do what my first guest, Lisa Haven, has done since 2009. Now listen to Lisa and what she's accomplished already, and then we're going to get into what it's all about. She has nearly 60,000 subscribers to her YouTube channel. And since she started in 2009, nearly 9 million views of her videos. So this is a very powerful woman. And I'm going to start out by thanking her for doing a little video on her appearance here on Drive Time with the Poorman, and also tweeting us and showing us so much love and delivering her audience to this show. And Lisa Haven, it is absolutely an honor to have you on my radio program.
I am honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've watched some of your videos, and then I happened to see you put one up like maybe 2 or 3 hours ago, and I'm going, okay, I need to listen, to watch the entire 21-minute video you posted about what's going to happen in September, because that seems to be the big topic, and I know you addressed it. You addressed it in several of your videos, and I guess it describes you as Lisa Haven Christian News. That's sort of your thing, but then you look at different events that are going on in the real world and combining them with your Christian belief, and then you draw on conclusions, and you post quite a few videos. If I'm wrong or right, please correct me on that, Lisa.
No, you're 100% correct. That's exactly what I do.
And so tell us, first of all, do you believe, like we had Lynn Liaz, she was our first YouTube guest. She said she thinks a meteor may be hitting Earth September 23rd, I believe. Then we had Enter the Stars, and he thinks that it's not going to happen. And what do you think, in your opinion, is going to happen September 23rd? Is a meteor going to cause a catastrophic occurrence on Earth, or some other things that may occur on that date? I think you have a different view of what's going to happen, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. I have quite a different take there. Now, I love Lynn Lee. She's got some great stuff. We actually do a radio broadcast together. She's an awesome gal, as well as Enter the 5 T Stars. I know them both. They're great YouTubers. Now, my personal view of that is no. I don't believe that an asteroid is coming. I know that there are prophecies out there. I know that supposedly information has been leaked, but I'm very document-oriented. I'm one who wants hardcore evidence. If I don't have it, I'll say, okay, it could happen, but I don't see it happening.
I mean, you're pretty impressive. When I watched that video, what was that, 2 or 3 hours ago you posted that?
Yeah, yep.
And it's already gotten several thousand views, and you just list all kinds of things, one right after another. I'm impressed with your research.
Thank you. I enjoy doing it, actually. It's a passion. Not only is it, part of what I do for a living, but I actually enjoy it. So I'm like, oh, great, more information to tell and get out there, because there's just not enough truth being shared today. I believe that in my heart. So that's just one of the reasons I do what I do. Awesome.
And so what is happening this September? Am I correct in saying you don't think there is going to be anything catastrophic this month, but you feel there's a lot going on, and you feel we don't have much time left?
That's absolutely right. I mean, as far as the economy goes, I'm really, that could happen any moment. That could be September. That could be in a year, that could be in 10. I just don't know. I think it's not a matter of if something's going to happen, but when. We've already seen, toppling points back in 2008 and, back before. I always see that as, that could go anytime soon. And I see that continually faltering.
What do you see happening with the economy?
I see it, I kind of tend to lean with what the top economists who have a good track record say. So the ones, there are some out there that are kind of up and down with their record, and I try to look at them all, and they all speculate. Some say bonds will go out, some say stocks, some say, there seems to be varying views, but they all seem to agree that the economy is headed in the wrong direction, that at some point, the longer that we wait, the bigger it's going to pop. That's my personal take. And that's what I believe in the depths of my heart, that it is. It's the longer we wait, the bigger it's going to pop, the worse it'll get. And I do think at some point we are going to have a crisis. We're going to get there. When is just to be determined, so to speak. But that's kind of my take on that alone.
But in terms of a meteor hitting the Earth September 23rd, how do you feel?
That's going to happen? No. I do believe, however, that, you had said in the beginning that I'm a Christian author, and so to pull in my Christian views into this is what I believe. I believe that, if we look at, historically speaking, what happened in the Bible from a Christian perspective, the Bible tells us that he gives us signs in the sun, moon, and stars, not only to tell our seasons, but the signs in the sun, moon, and stars are for that, exactly, signs and warning signs of things to come in the near future. Now, with this in mind, I do believe that we're having the conclusion. I don't know if you've heard of the blood moons and the blood moon tetrad. Have you heard of that?
I don't, excuse my naivete, because I'm kind of learning on the fly, but I'm not that familiar with that. And by the way, I apologize to Lynn Lees for calling her Liaz. That, please tell her to spank me for that, okay?
No, it's all good. She don't mind.
Yeah, and before you get into it, just for those of you tuning in, we are talking to YouTube superstar Lisa Haven, who has got a channel. Just go to Lisa Haven on YouTube, 60,000 subscribers, nearly 9 million views, and she's big time on YouTube. And continue, you were discussing what you think, explain what the blood moon is and the tetra.
Well, a blood moon tetrad is basically a series of 4 consecutive lunar eclipses happening over, like a little over a year time span. And they coincide on Jewish holidays. For example, one happened April 2014, and then we have our conclusion one on September 28th, which is also one of the Jewish holy days. I believe it is the Feast of Tabernacles, one of the feasts. Now, let me just state this. In Christian biblical prophecy, we believe that, or a lot of Christians believe that America can parallel Israel. Therefore, some of the things that we see, like on Israel holidays, we can take that as signs, for things that are coming here in America. For example, considering we parallel Israel, the Lord gave Israel these feast days, these 7 holidays. We were talking Passover, Yom Kippur. There's 7 total, Pentecost, all these holidays. As basically we can look to them and see things that are ahead. The first 3 feasts, the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the first fruit told of Jesus' first coming. Then we have Pentecost, the middle feast, which is where we're at right now. It kind of tells of our current state, where the Holy Spirit's in. And then the last 3 feasts of Israel are your Feast of Trumpets, the Rosh Hashanah, which is actually today. Then we have Yom Kippur, which is like a day of repentance for the nation of Israel. And then finally, you have the Feast of Booths, which is basically a celebration. Now, those 3 feasts represent the future of what Christians see as what's coming and ahead. Now, with this in mind, this is why it's important with the blood moon tetrad, because these fall on these specific holidays or holy days of Israel. Christians say, oh, this is a sign of something ahead. Does that make sense thus far? Hopefully.
Yes. And what do you think is ahead?
Well, personally, I think it could be anything. Like when the Lord gives us these blood moon tetrads, he kind of tells us, hey, there's something that could happen, either globally, maybe a world war, maybe just a regular war. It could be a biblical war. There's a future war spoken of in the Bible called the Psalm 83 war, where the nations of, the Muslim nations gather against Israel, and there's specific players involved, but that could be something that we look at. Or it could also be an economic crisis, like we could have our big economic downfall. It could be, more terrorist activity. It could be a signing of some kind of peace treaty. And if it's a 7-year peace treaty, Christians are, looking ahead saying, hey, if that's the 7-year treaty, then that could spark the 7-year tribulation, which is basically a time which ushers in all hell, so to speak, literally speaking.
Right.
And those are some things that could happen, might or might not play out. Or that something will, but within 2 years, I would say, maybe some kind of event could likely happen within 2 years. At least that's what history shows when you're talking blood moon. It's a year or two out from that event, anytime from now to then.
Okay, we are talking to Lisa Haven, YouTuber superstar. Just go to Lisa Haven, and you can check out her videos. They're great. When we come back, I'm going to ask Lisa Haven if we're close to the end of the earth. So stay with us, and we'll be right back with Lisa after this. Okay, everybody, I have a major announcement. It's going to be another infamous, crazy, wild Poorman party. Friday night, October 2nd. Mark that down on your calendar. In the city of Anaheim at Felipe's Bar and Grill, the first ever Poorman's Pool Party. Yes, this is all going to be going down. An indoor pool party, bikinis, craziness, wildness, water, drinks, DJs. Everything's going to be happening, and everybody is invited. I'm totally stoked, totally excited. The owner, Phil, you thought of this. How did you come up with this incredible idea?
It was a brainchild of mine for a little while.
Friday night, October 2nd, Felipe's Bar and Grill, 2751 West Lincoln Avenue in Anaheim. We will see you there.
I want everybody to come having a great time with me and the Poorman.
Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poorman at Poorman1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poorman, and better yet, follow the Poorman on Twitter at Poorman1.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
If you'd like to talk to the Poorman, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poorman coming up.
By the way, this is Drive Time with the Poorman. That's supposed to be the sounds of like cars going by, but oh well. Got to thank my sponsors. Wouldn't be able to do this show without them. Don Felipe's restaurant, where I'm going to be hosting that indoor pool party October 2nd. Now, admission at the door is $15 pre-sale, $20 the day of the event. I don't think I'm worth $20 to anybody. So here's the deal. I'm going to diffuse this right now so nobody complains. If you guys want to go to that pool party, it's going to be packed. There's no doubt about it. All my gigs are packed now because they always end up like crazy. But if you want to get on my personal guest list, you plus a friend, I'll get you in for free. For free! Also, thanks to Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer, who will do any commercial you want or any voiceover you want. Attorney Michael Brown. And, of course, the men's advocate, Linda Gross. Now, all you got to do is go to my Twitter. You can find out more about all my sponsors. And my Twitter is at Poorman1. And Facebook as well, Jim Poorman Trenton. And now we get back to my guest, Lisa Haven, who is a YouTube superstar, 60,000 subscribers, 9 million views. I mean, Lisa, you're doing better than a lot of TV networks. You're probably doing better than MSNBC.
I would hope so. MSNBC doesn't need much.
Right.
I would say go out of business.
Right. So Lisa Haven's with us. So are we nearing the end of the earth? Is the world going to end in the near future, in your opinion?
I don't know. I think we are nearing the end times. Now, biblically speaking, the world doesn't end. However, the age ends. So the end of this age is coming. A new age, so to speak, will be ushered in when what we believe, the millennial reign, which is 1,000 years of peace, which Jesus comes to rule. Now, as of how close we are to that pouring out, I believe we are absolutely close. Biblically speaking, the Lord, in my opinion, has given us a sign when the nation of Israel became a nation again. And in the Bible, it tells us that once we see that, then we can expect that generation shall not pass. And, so I'm kind of looking forward saying, hey, this could be, we can see, these things happen anytime. These things play out anytime. And I think that's what sets our generation apart is, the ignition of Israel becoming a nation, and definitely just seeing all the wars and the rumors of wars and we have World War I and II, and I think we could head into World War III soon. So definitely we're close. As for exactly how close, I'm not sure. If that makes sense.
But when you say
I'm
that,
definitely keeping my eyes open.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, but when you say that, does that mean that we'll all die? I mean, everybody on the earth, and then a new manifestation of earth will happen? Is that how you see it?
No. The way that, how I interpret what's going to happen, it's just basically there will be a lot of turmoil. There's going to be wars. There's going to be, who knows, nuclear, or who knows. There's lots of speculation, but lots of things that are going to happen according to the Bible where, judgment and wrath of God will be poured out, and that comes in a lot of different ways. And at the very end, Jesus comes back with his army, and there are people still left on the earth, but he takes out, I think a majority of them will be, dead, and there are some opinions on that, but I do believe that there will be, some left, and then, then we have Judgment Day, so to speak, and then the new world of peace, millennial reign, will be ushered in.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but is this going to happen within the next 10 years due to your factual analysis of the signs?
Well, I don't like to set, a time frame to anything. It's always bitten people in the butt before. So I like to say it could, but I can't be 100% certain. So the way that I see it is I'm just going to kind of wait and see, and as more signs come up, as more things happen, I'm going to report on that. And that's what I like to do. I like to say, okay, here's one more thing that gives us a sign of how close we are. Here's one more thing that could push the timetable even closer. And really, all the things, biblically speaking, have been fulfilled, and it could technically happen at any moment. And I think we're just living on God's grace, so to speak, at this time before that tribulation period starts. But how long that grace is, I just don't know.
Well, not to be selfish or anything, but what could I personally do to be one of the survivors?
Well, that would be accepting Jesus as your Savior. That's what I believe, and that's what Christians believe. Come to know the Lord, get right with the Lord, and that's it. And I do believe that Christians are going to go through part of that tribulation. Not all Christians agree with me, but I personally do believe that. I don't believe we're going to be, pre-trib. I'm not a pre-trib rapture believer. I don't believe we're going to be taken out before it all happens. But I do believe we'll be going through some of it. Unfortunately, that's how I read the scriptures when I read it. However, what's at stake is, if something happens, if we pass away, then all that matters after that is eternity. Are you right with Christ? Great. Then you'll be here during that millennial reign. You'll be ruling and reigning with Christ. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. But will it just be Christians or will it be all religions?
My opinion is just Christians and those who, or not necessarily Christians, because there are people who call themselves Christians and aren't true Christians, just like any other religion. But it would be those who have accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior and had a sincere change.
All right,
So,
Lisa, I could talk to you forever, but I just want to say thank you so much for going on my show. And also, you post videos all the time. I mean, you had the 21-minute video I saw earlier today. You had all kinds of interesting information, with everything even related to the woman who wouldn't sign off on gay marriages. And so you can go to Lisa Haven's YouTube channel. It's just Lisa Haven, correct? Haven.
Yeah.
And people can see you're posting all the time, and you base it a lot in factual evidence, and it's very cool to meet you, and love to have you back on.
thank you. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Keep up the good work, and you take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, that was Lisa Haven from YouTube. Every day we have a YouTube guest, and that's sort of, we're going to do that along with some other stuff. But coming up next, ooh, this is exciting. I interview the people that stand next to the doorway to the Kardashians' apartment. What are they like? They sit there and wait for any glimpse of Kanye and Kim, 3 blocks away from where I'm at in New York, right after this.
Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poor Man at Poorman1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poor Man, and better yet, follow the Poor Man on Twitter at Poorman1. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on the Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's. Or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
Okay, everybody, I have a major announcement. It's going to be another infamous, crazy, wild Poor Man party. Friday night, October 2nd. Mark that down on your calendar in the city of Anaheim at Felipe's Bar and Grill, the first ever Poor Man's Pool Party. Yes, this is all going to be going down, an indoor pool party, bikinis, craziness, wildness, water, drinks, DJs, everything's going to be happening, and everybody is invited. I'm totally stoked, totally excited. The owner, Phil, you thought of this? How did you come up with this incredible idea?
It was a brainchild of mine for a little while.
Friday night, October 2nd, Felipe's Bar and Grill, 2751 West Lincoln Avenue in Anaheim. We will see you there.
I want everybody to come have a great time with me and the Poor Man.
If you'd like to talk to the Poor Man, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poor Man coming up.
I don't know, Mr. Announcer, if that sound of the streets really works. It doesn't sound too drive time-ish. Does it to you, Di?
I think we could use some horns.
Right, we should use some horns, or maybe, well, I like the car wreck. We got 3 different intros at the beginning. We got the bomb going off, and then we got I don't know, I shouldn't give it away, but we got a few different things. And I like the guys, the naked cowboy, who you got to hear this interview with him. This is a guy who stands around in underwear in Times Square. Has been doing it 17 years. For some reason today it was mellow, and I was in Times Square. I walked right up to the guy, and he just wanted to be interviewed. It was great, and he even did some music. I loved it. It was one of my favorite interviews that I've done in a while. It's being back in New York. Okay, so 3 blocks away from where I live in New York, by a quirk of fate, and I found this out because the paparazzi are out there. There's people with cameras. There's crowds. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have their New York apartment. Literally, seriously, it's 3 blocks away. If you guys come visit, I'll show you. And people stand out there just to get a glimpse of Kim and Kanye. And I'm thinking, I ought to interview these people because to me, the interesting story isn't that Kim and Kanye are there, but just that these people stand there for hours on a sidewalk just right next to the door to see them come out of a car and go into the apartment. And this is the apartment I think has been on the show before. And by the way, I saw a complete episode of I Am Kate. That's another discussion and another time. So anyway, yesterday I went up and I interviewed some of these guys, and they were, I don't think they really liked me too much. Nobody in New York knows the poor man. So first of all these people are standing around. I put down my bags. I'll tell you what happened to those at the end of the interview. Anyway, here is some people, I guess, from France that had to see Kim Kardashian go into her home from her car. And so here's the first piece of interview that I did with people just hanging out at their doorway. I'm a paparazzi. I'm trying to harass the regular people who are harassing the stars. No, I'm not. This is for my radio show.
Which is?
I'm called the Poor Man. Google my name, Jim Poorman Trenton. You'll find some interesting stuff. I've been fired from 6 radio stations. I'm pretty famous in LA. Like I have to, I have crowds like this all the time. Not really. Are you guys friends with these people too?
I am French.
You're French.
Yes.
And are you here to see the Kardashians? Merci.
Merci.
Kim Kardashian?
Yes.
Oui?
Oui? Oui?
Yeah. Do they know them in France?
Yes. Ouais, on les connaît. Yes.
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 And why do you want to stand here?
Just to see Kim Kardashian for pictures. Just.
Why? Pourquoi? What is it?
Because my sisters like Kim Kardashian, so I would like to do pictures for her.
And everybody's just standing here.
Sorry?
Everybody's just on the sidewalk, just standing and waiting. It seems very strange.
It's very strange.
Yeah, just to see someone.
Yes. Yes, maybe not.
Maybe yes.
Maybe
yes. See, these girls think I'm strange, but I think it's stranger that you guys are standing here waiting for somebody to just look at them for 5 seconds.
It's pretty cool.
If you like
tell
them.
your friends.
Huh?
Yeah,
It's
if you
pretty
like
cool
them,
to
why
tell your
not?
friends.
Yeah, I'm not putting it down, okay? I mean, I'm weird enough on my own, but... Well,
And why you are here to question us?
Yeah, I just live around the corner and I see this all the time, so I'm just doing it for my radio show, just trying to figure out why people stand here to look at the Kardashians. Because they live right up here in an apartment.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, good luck. I hope it's worth it. You can go back to France and say...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
I would like to take picture of her big ass. Maybe Kanye holding hand over ass. Okay, so anyway, I had to put down, I'd been shopping, so there's this peanut butter place in New York called Peanut Butter and Company, and they have a special Halloween pumpkin peanut butter that's insanely great. So I had one bag that had that, and I bought a few gifts for people, including my dentist who gave me new teeth. And then I had one, 2-liter plastic container of Diet Mountain Dew that cost me $1, and a bunch of other stuff from the peanut butter place. That was worth about $30. So I put the bags down to do these interviews, and while I'm doing them, some guy leaves the peanut butter and takes the 2-liter thing of Diet Coke. That's it. So that was really nice. We have one more. Interview that I want to do with Kanye West, and that is going to be. I think I'm going to do that after the break, because I don't want to forget to tell you guys that I have never ever seen. I mean, it's so ridiculous. All these people stand out there, and I would never do that other than to interview them. But I happened to watch on my flight from Los Angeles to New York, a complete episode of I Am Kate. Now, Di, have you seen I Am Kate yet?
No, I have not.
Have you ever seen a complete episode of The Kardashians?
No, gosh, but Eli used to watch that all the time. So I would get at least a glimpse of the show, and I'd be like, oh, why?
Well, let me tell you something. With I Am Kate, I could not, I was riveted to it. I hate to admit it. I think it's so bizarre. So this episode was the second to last episode, and Bruce Jenner, of course, is now Caitlyn Jenner, and he's sitting at a table with two women. One of the women, they're now wife and wife. They used to be husband and wife, and they stayed together so the husband could become a woman, and now they're two women as opposed to the husband and wife. And that was the episode I watched. What do you think?
Okay, I was answering the phone.
That's all right. Go ahead and answer the phone. But
No,
anyway,
I did.
everybody digest that. I could not stop watching I Am Kate. What does that mean about me? When we come back, we're going to interview people that were waiting to get a glimpse of Kanye West at Camp Kardashian. That's what I call it, right around the corner from me here in New York. We'll do that after this.
Too many men are wimps.
Linda Gross loves men. Bet that got your attention. Linda is a men's advocate who has helped many men get their balls back. And she can help you. Her proven coaching techniques will skyrocket your confidence and boost you into action in 4 sessions or less. Stop being stupid with girls, in business, or dump a lifelong problem. Go to themensadvocate.com or email Linda info@themensadvocate.com. Mention the Poor Man Show and get 15 minutes free. Also, pick up Linda's book, Mastering Women, on Amazon. Get the straight talk from the woman who knows. If you'd like to talk to the Poor Man, give him a call at 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. More of the Poor Man coming up.
When was the last time you treated your taste buds to a party they won't forget? Now's the time with Stella Rosa Prosecco, the bubbly, intense, flavorful, and delicious sparkling white wine. Stella Rosa has edged out the imitators, becoming the sparkling queen of the party. So get to your local fine retailer and find out for yourself what all the fuss is about. You'll be more than satisfied with selecting the best in sparkling wines. Get the party started and celebrate. You'll be glad you did.
Have a question or a comment? Be sure to tweet the Poor Man at PoorMan1. That's the Twitter account. So tweet the Poor Man, and better yet, follow the Poor Man on Twitter at PoorMan1.
Drive Time with the Poor Man returns. I'm the Poor Man, broadcasting probably for the next couple weeks from New York. Who would figure? I thought I was gone forever, and I'm back. Anyway, Camp Kardashian, as I like to call it, is right around the corner from where I live. I had mentioned that 3 blocks away, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have an apartment in New York City. There's people camped out there 24/7. I decided the story to me is the people that have no lives that hang out there just to see them. All they do when they come out is they go out of their car and into the door for their building and back out into their car with security all around them. So that people just want to get a glimpse of either Kim Kardashian or Kanye, or Olivia Wilde came out there the other night. I mean, whoever happens to be in there, they just want to see. And so anyway, I did an interview yesterday, and there were people hanging out. They weren't too happy with me, especially this guy. And after we do this, I'll get some reaction from Huntington Henry, who's going to do the beach report. But right now, here are some of the other lurkers. And I talked to this guy, and here's what he had to say about why he was hanging out in front of the doorway at the Kardashian compound, at Camp Kardashian. I think maybe this guy is doing that. What are you standing here for?
Hope to see Kanye.
Where is he?
Apparently here. I'm not sure, though.
Don't you think it's kind of strange that people just sort of hang out here just to see these people?
Well, he's my idol, so, I mean, whatever chance I could possibly see the man, I'm gonna.
So just if you see him, that's gonna make your day?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's when you see your idol like someone that changes your life through what he does. I mean, just seeing the man is good enough.
We're at Camp Kardashian. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West actually live right where I'm talking to these people right now, which is Houston Street and Mercer, and they live in an apartment. And why is Kanye your idol?
I mean, ever since I first heard him, he drastically changed my life with just his mindset. His mindset, he doesn't care what anyone thinks, and like he's gonna do him regardless of what box society tries to put on him. And that's just something that I believe in too, because everyone's always gonna try to limit you to be what you're supposed to be, and I believe just breaking that barrier and going forth and being something for that you want to be, no, regardless of what anyone ever gonna try to tell you, that's where you're gonna be.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music.
And how long have you been standing out here hoping to see him?
Maybe like an hour and a half.
You've just been standing here on the sidewalk in front of his place for an hour and a half, hoping to just get a glimpse.
Yeah. Maybe if he says what up, and that'll be cool too, but
I think the story is not the Kardashians, it's the people who stand out here that just wait and wait and wait on a sidewalk.
I mean, we do what we do.
Right? It's okay.
It's perfectly fine, because you do what you do.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, I think you're crazy walking around recording people on a cell phone, but I'm not judging you. And that's perfectly fine, right?
Well, you seem like you're getting annoyed with me now.
I'm not. I'm just expressing my opinion the same way you express your opinion on us standing on the sidewalk.
Well, I think it's a story, that's all.
Yeah, and I think you're a story, so it's perfectly fine.
Really? Why am I a story? What makes...
You're walking around just interviewing people.
But that's because I see people just standing on a sidewalk waiting for some famous people to just go in their apartment.
Yeah, and you're walking around a sidewalk interviewing people that are waiting to see famous people walk in their apartment.
Because I'm trying to figure out mentally why people do that.
I'm trying to figure out mentally why you record me.
Because I think it's strange.
I think this is just as strange.
Okay, well, we agreed to both be strange.
Of course.
Okay. And that concludes today's interview. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, all I could say is cool and strange. And that's the end of today's report on the Kardashians. And now let's go to Huntington Henry with the Beach Report. Hen!
Surf's up, and it's time for the Surf City Beach Report with Huntington Henry.
I know that voice, Matthew, Mr. Announcer. Thank you very much. And Poorman, it's good to see you back in that New York City crib.
Oh, I know, Henry. Listen, too bad you couldn't be waiting to see the Kardashians go into their door. 5 seconds of seeing Kanye would be unbelievable, right?
Well, you know, I'm still mesmerized by you talking about that I Am Kate video or the show.
Yeah, have you ever... Okay, let's do your beach report, and we'll see how much time we have to talk about this afterwards. So what's going on in SoCal beaches?
Okay, well, to keep with the theme of the show now, we have some end-time weather coming in. It's actually raining in Santa Barbara and Ventura right now, and that's going to be moving down the coast, the south and east direction. I think it's being caused by Planet X coming in for next March. Stay tuned for that. Low air temperature is about 71 degrees. That's a little warm for at night here at the beaches. And tomorrow, we're looking at rain through the morning hours, still mid to some upper 70s on the sand, and partly sunny throughout the afternoon. Wednesday, still a little unsettled. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this weekend, it should be heating up again for the beaches, so looking good. Surf not looking so good. Leftover south swell generally in the North Los Angeles County, 2 to 3 feet. I did see a few decent waves at Malibu there. South Bay is small, but South Bay has water temperatures 75 to 77 degrees.
Wow.
And that's being caused by underwater volcanoes from the approaching Planet X, heating up our Pacific Ocean. Huntington Beach, Newport, Sauk Creek, Trestles, the Oceanside, 2 to 4, occasional 5. We have low 70s in the water. San Diego, 2 to 3, occasional 4. And not much surf change in that department next few days. Poorman, what are you going to say about that stuff?
Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about, the reason the Kardashians are in town, it's Fashion Week in New York. So, I mean, you got Kendall Jenner. She's walking the catwalk, and Kylie Jenner is with Kcaa, her boyfriend, making the rounds. And then, of course, Kim and Kanye. And coming up next, Henry, you're going to love this. I do an interview with the Naked Cowboy, the famous Naked Cowboy, Just Google his name. He plays guitar in Times Square 321 days a year, no matter what the temperature is. And we'll be right back with my exclusive interview with the Naked Cowboy right after this.
Like this for a long time.
Silence! Duracell Quantum lasts longer, so Prince...
Are you starting a business, incorporating, or forming an LLC? Do you have a business but need legal review of contracts or have other legal needs? If so, then please contact attorney Michael Brown. Michael has over 20 years' experience advising small and medium businesses to be successful and avoid costly litigation. Initial consultations are always free. Please contact us at 949-636-8128 or by visiting us at mwb-law.net. Hey everybody, I'm Pat Matthews, Mr. Announcer here on The Poor Man Show, and I'd like to let you know about my services. If you're in the need for voice work, whether it be for commercials, narrations, or even having your personal or business voicemail professionally done, I'm the guy. I promise quick turnaround and great rates. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Pat Matthews Productions, and that's Matthews with 2 T's, or email me at patmatthews@cox.net. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day.
Beep, 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 beep. Drive time with the Poor Man. We're going to do an interview that I did earlier today in Times Square with the Naked Cowboy. All he does is wear a pair of Fruit of the Loom. It's one of his sponsors. You talk about this guy is works it like no other. He's been doing this for 17 years. Anyway, I interviewed this guy, and a lot of times he's not in a very good mood, the Naked Cowboy, and for some reason it was slow today, and he did this interview, and it's about 7 minutes long, but I think you guys are really going to like this. And here he is, an exclusive interview with New York's Naked Cowboy. This is the Naked Cowboy.
Well, I'm the Naked Cowboy, keeping it real for you. I'm the Naked Cowboy, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, if you really wanna live, feel the way I feel, you gotta whip out your balls of steel. That's a metaphor. If you really wanna live and feel the way I feel, you gotta whip out your balls of steel.
That's so funny. Hey, Naked Cowboy, I heard you got some TV deal or something like that. Is that true? Naked Cowboy, by the way, is in Times Square, you guys, and he's in his underwear. And it's not just during nice weather like here in September. I've seen you out here in the winter when it's like 10 degrees, right? You go out in any weather.
Roughly 321 days a year I've done for the last 17. I'm on 17 years now. I'm signed by Fruit of the Loom, Charmin Ultra Soft Bathroom Tissue. You're my number one when I go number two. Charmin, Google Android, Naked Cowboy Oysters, #1 selling oyster in the country from Blue Island Oyster Company. We also have Naked Cowgirls. It's a franchise, Cowboy Cowgirl, same property.
Right. I see those cowgirls around. Now, is one of them your wife?
One's my wife. One's her sister. She has another one that works with her, too. They're Mexicans, so I got 11 more that might come on board. You know, they're Mexicans.
Right. Are they citizens, or are they...
My wife's almost there. It's taken about 3 years now.
Do you have any kids?
No, but we have a haunch that if we do, they'll be born naked.
So it's just by being in Times Square for 17 years, you've gotten all these opportunities. I heard you had a TV show or something too that was coming
on. Several reality show parts. I was just on what's the guy's name? Again, TV shows every day. De Blasio and everybody's complaining about the naked girls now, so we're in the Daily Post and the news. I've been doing this for years. I've been on every show there is. Been to Australia for the morning show, the sunrise show. Japan twice, Germany 2 or 3 times now, Australia, you name it. We go all over the world. We keep building the brand. It's been, like I said, it's been a trademark since 1998. So, are
you making a good living doing it?
I do about $250,000 in residual income from Naked Cowboy Oysters alone. That's without even working, and I've been on a shoestring budget for years. So, everything's very simple. My life keeps it simple.
Do they ever try to get you to get a permit to be out here, or do you have to have a permit, or does anybody?
You do. They used to. They never really. I never was asked, about it. Never enforced. But like in my wallet. Oop, that's my cell phone. Hold on.
Yeah.
They have what's called a certificate of authority. I'm probably the only one who has one, and also the only guy who doesn't need it because I don't cause any problems. But there is what's called a certificate of authority. It allows you to collect sales tax, and even though it's irrelevant because we don't collect sales taxes, tips, they still ask. That's the working paper out here at these times, but nobody has it. Most of these people are probably, like you said, illegal.
Right. But I guess New York likes the fact you're here, and it draws tourism.
I think if you just do a good job, and my father's city council for 35 years, volunteer fireman 30 years in Cincinnati, in Green Hills, where I'm from. He's been mayor for sitting mayor.
Where's Green Hills? What?
That's a suburb of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh wow!
So he's very civically minded.
What does he think of you playing your guitar in your underwear?
He was here like 3 weeks ago. He comes here all the time. He has a big pocket protector with all my cards. I'm the Naked Cowboy's father. Then he starts talking about his gynecology, he'll say first, because he's been married 7 times. But he's a genealogist, and he's the funniest guy in the world.
But let me ask you this, because my parents are really brutal on me. Like, I've had my whole career in entertainment. I'm called the Poorman, mostly known in California for radio. But like my dad, when things are bad, he tells me, you need to get out of this and get a real job, get into real estate. Like when you first started in your underwear in Times Square, was your dad as stoked about it then?
I would say at first, probably not. But this is just one in a long stream of crazy ideas. So they were used to my, oddity, if you will,
right.
The way I was. But, I went to UC, right in my hometown, University of Cincinnati, got my bachelor's degree, went to Xavier for my master's. So, everything I've done, they know I don't mess around. So they knew I was
master's
serious.
Degree.
Yeah, my father just did a big thing with Amazon.com, which is one of the biggest news agencies in the world now. And so they came to his house, did all this genealogy. He's been doing genealogy since he was 18. So he's got like 5 books, like 2 inches. I mean, he's a serious dude, and he's funny as hell, and he loves everything. I'm his pride and joy.
That's cool. What about what recently happened here? I heard, wasn't there a fight between Spider-Man and Minnie Mouse or something? Or
actually, there was just a lady attacked one of the, what they're calling the Desnu. That's one of the naked girls, and her handler almost got in a fight with Batman, but that didn't happen. Again, there's a lot. They give him a bad rap, but there's just so many characters, so many people. I mean, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an attorney that gets in a fight every week, and there's probably a Wall Street trade. I mean, it's just the focus is on Times Square because it's the best place in the world. A lot of stuff going on.
Do you get along with all the other characters?
I get along with everybody, and if I don't, then I change my attitude.
Right.
That's why I'm accepted here with everyone, because I don't mess around. I look out for everybody all day long.
What's the coldest weather you've ever been out here?
Every day for, like I said, almost 17 years. If I was gone, it was in another city doing the same thing. I don't miss a day for anything. I've done like 6 blizzards, 40 mile an hour winds, 20 degrees. Wind, rain, everything. I park in the Icon parking garage. I park for free, one of my sponsors. So in 20 degrees with 40 mile an hour winds, rain, sleet, hail, you can still walk out to the middle, work for 20 minutes as if you're not even cold. Tony Robbins, not what you can do, it's what you will do, and that comes down to a level of motivation. So just standing there rocking it. You're cold? Nah, I sweat my ass off. Go down to the garage, wait 2 hours at least. Get back to normal, 20 more, I've been doing that for years, just systematically rocking and rolling. And and everybody, I'm sure 500 years from now, just like all of our other mythologies, they'll be like, he didn't even get cold. He stood there in the middle of the cold. And I did. They just don't know it's 20 minutes. Well, whatever.
That's good. Well, hey, man, all the best to you. Do you want to plug anything else? So, like, what about your website?
What's the name of your show? I'll plug your show.
It's called the Drive Time with the Poorman.
Drive Time with the Poorman.
Yeah.
With the Poorman.
Yeah, and your thing will either be okay. Here we go.
Well, I'm the Naked Cowboy. It's Drive Time with the Poorman. I'm the Naked Cowboy. Listen to what I say, man. How about that? I had a little homely, sorry.
I love it. Okay, I'll incorporate that in. Yeah, you go to...
there's a card, there's a Facebook you can friend, take your photos, take your interview, everything will
Okay. Oh, I will for sure. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for the time. Naked Cowboy. If you don't know who he is, just put him in Google. You'll see tons of stuff on him. The guy's out there every day, just in a pair of underwear. That's it. And now he's got his wife, I guess. It's legal to be topless in public in New York, by the way. In case you're wondering, ladies, come to New York and you don't have to wear a top. You won't get arrested. Okay, I guess that's it for the show, so we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Dabu 7. This guy is really interesting. I think you'll like him. Another YouTube star. Every single day we've got a YouTube star as we continue with the new show, Driving with the Poor Man. Drive Time with the Poor Man.
Kcaa 101.7 station that leaves no listener. Watch speed grunt, no street.
KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of buysellmakeoffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale.
I'm Tom Busby.
Sign up now.
CNBC Radio. A Ukrainian firm and its CEO have agreed to pay $30 million to settle charges from Wall Street regulators that they were part of an international ring of corporate hackers that made $100 million in profit by getting hold of sensitive news releases from companies before anybody else did. On Wall Street today, stocks end lower on worries about whether the Federal Reserve will start hiking interest rates later this week. The Dow today down 62 points, the Nasdaq down 16. If you happen to owe money to the IRS, the agency has a new policy you should be aware of. Starting next year, it will no longer accept checks for $100 million or more. That's because its check cashing system can't handle figures that are that large. And although neither